What's going on, everybody? Super Saiyan Polar back again with another Dragon Ball Super discussion. It's not a what-if discussion, guys. Today we're going to be talking about something that could really happen in the Dragon Ball Super universe and what may potentially set off the new and greatest addition to the team. So, before we jump into this, guys, make sure you guys smash that like button. Can we destroy 200 likes? Also subscribe and turn on notifications to stay up to date on all the information that we put out on this channel. Anyway, guys, what we're going to be talking about today is Broly, and more specifically, how can Broly be triggered into using his Hulk-like state, his uncontrollable rage. So that's basically what he is on the team now. If you look at him on the Z Warriors, it's almost as if he's the Hulk amongst the Avengers. And his new biggest weakness, he did not have this previously, is, can you guys guess it? It's his love interest. It's Chile. If anything, it's because of her that he's created this huge weakness and a much more easier target for him to become utilized by other beings, such as maybe Frieza or other bad guys. Remember, guys, before this, the thing that was holding Broly back was his father. His father used this to manipulate him as well, and it was that shock collar that he had around his neck. The minute that went out the window, what pushed Broly to go into Super Saiyan, the legendary Super Saiyan state where he was completely out of control, was his father dying. Now mind you, this guy had Broly as his slave. Mind you, Broly's father Paragus was actually one of the true bad guys of the movie, and a lot of people realize this. Broly's not that bad of a guy, and it's part of the Saiyan emotion that he's playing with there, where when Frieza killed him, Frieza knew this as well. When you kill someone close to that person, they'll escalate their powers tremendously. Mind you, in my opinion, if you guys haven't seen my Broly movie review, that was one of the lackluster parts of the movie where I didn't necessarily like Broly's reaction to Paragus' death. But that's beside the fact. If Chile and Broly do fall deeply in love, and someone manages to find them and actually kill Chile or hurt her in some way, or even take her hostage as a kidnapping, it's gonna push Broly beyond madness. I think she'd get closer to him than his father ever did, despite the fact that they were on planet Vampa for technically like 40 years or so. So it's gonna be something really cool to see, I would say, in my head, because seeing Broly get unleashed is always a great thing, and we know Broly's not gone forever. They kept him alive for a reason, and even before Broly was canonized, this dude made like 4 to 5 movies. If you guys didn't know, it was the first movie, The Second Coming, Bio Broly. You got the 4D movie, and I think maybe extras, but this guy was in every single type of movie, I guess you could say, for the Dragon Ball realm, and now he's canonized himself. That's how popular he is. So Broly staying alive in our books is really a good thing. We wanted him to stay alive, and I think almost nobody's sad that he's not dead. I think almost everybody was positive on the reception of the fact that they kept him alive, they fixed the character in a way, and they added much more depth, and they turned a lot of the things that we hated about the character, or some of the gripes that we had, towards Paragus, and they just killed him, so therefore those connections are kind of severed. With this being said, despite the fact that Goku put him on planet Vampa, somewhere very null and void compared to the rest of the universe, it doesn't mean that the rest of the universe is safe from him if he ever does go berserk. We don't know the full grasp of his power. What we do know that's a fact is that this guy, when he was fighting Gogeta, these guys shattered dimensions. This is how powerful they are. We do know that the guy that he was fighting, Gogeta, is a combination of 2 warriors that can easily destroy planets. Before Vegeta even got to planet Earth, he was destroying planets. Now, look how much stronger they are now. Imagine wiping out universes by accident just because you're Broly and someone accidentally triggered you. That's how much control they could have over this guy. That is probably Broly's biggest weakness right now. Now, mind you, if we compare this to the old school Broly, that Broly was absolutely out of control just as much, and a lot of people love that ruthlessness that one had. It's almost a different character, but they managed to keep some of the similarities where it's still the same guy. And in my opinion, that was some of the things that made Broly much stronger in some aspects. He had no connections to anyone. He killed his father with his own hands. He crushed a spaceship as his father was trying to escape. That's how much more cold-hearted that Broly was, and it's almost like they did a reverse on this, where this one has a heart, but when he's in that Hulk mode, it's reminiscent of that of the old one. That old one, the old school Broly, had no weakness in that sense. Physically, he actually did. If you guys noticed, back when he was a kid in that origin, he got stabbed in the gut, and they decided to put this together, and I think it's kind of quite true. When Goku punched Broly, it was actually kind of in the same exact spot. Not saying that's definitely what happened there, but it's kind of ironic. Exactly where Broly got stabbed is technically where Goku punched. With the energy of all the Z-Warriors in his fist, he punched Broly right in the gut, exactly where he was stabbed, and whether they meant to do it or not, that's where Broly died and he imploded on himself. Mind you, he came back, but the scar was still there in the second coming and so on and so forth. All those are uncanon, but just look at what the picture is here now. This one has a love interest. This one cares about if people die, despite them being huge pieces of crap, being Paragus, and I don't know, tell me what you guys think. Do you see him just absolutely going mad, even more so than he was before in this movie, or even more so than he was in the originals, if Chile was to die? If she was to get hurt, what would happen? Because I don't think he'd be able to control himself at all. He barely was able to do it this time, and it was because of her, in a sense. Actually, it was more than because of her that she was able to get him out of there and calm him down. So without that person to calm him down, to calm down the Hulk, technically it's the same exact dynamic that Black Widow has with the Hulk. If you look at it, it's almost the same exact character dynamic and almost the same exact character relation. And it's really cool to see, because that means literally what we're watching is some sort of Avenger-esque type of Dragon Ball series that we're in right now. It's further into that type of mentality. And I think that's why, for me at least, you get a similar vibe of excitement when you guys sit in the theaters and watch either or the movies, whether it be the Avengers or even the Dragon Ball series. But for me, I do have more of an emotional connection and attachment to Dragon Ball, and part of it is sitting in the theater watching these characters that have been in our lives for like almost the entirety of my life fight and show us what they're trying to do here, and more of their characters coming onto the screen. Broly has a much stronger emotional relationship. This is where we're gonna see if he comes back. Is he just gonna be straight up a good guy, or will they... This new element that changes Broly's character completely and utilize this to either control Broly or make him let loose. This is his biggest weakness right now. It's not himself, it's not Goku, it's not technically Vegeta or Gogeta or Whis or Beerus or even Moro, who hasn't even shown up in the anime or movies yet. If anything, it's Chile. If she gets hurt, if she gets kidnapped, if anything happens to this person, we're gonna see something much worse than we saw in the movie. We're gonna see something much worse than we saw when Goku witnessed Krillin die to Frieza. And the one person that knows this better than anyone, because he was the person that caused it, is in fact Frieza, who in fact at the end of the movie stated he's looking for someone else to puppeteer. He's looking for someone else to be alongside him and combat the Z-Warriors, because he can't do it on his own. And whether that be Moro, or whether that be Broly, which I'm not necessarily sure if that's going to be possible, but it's still up there, he knows how to exploit this weakness, this newfound weakness that I don't think that many people know of. But thankfully, to mitigate that, Goku has him living on planet Vampa. They all escaped to planet Vampa, and Goku's probably keeping this a secret for now, and as long as nobody knows where they are, no one can come and mess with Broly and exploit this, besides Goku. And I think Goku knows this, but, I mean, intentionally Goku did say, hey, you can call me Kakarot, which, I mean, iconically, Broly's favorite word in the old school ones was Kakarot. So with these elements thrown out there, hey, Broly can still Hulk out. Hey, Broly can Hulk out worse than he did before. Hey, the word Kakarot is now in his dictionary, his vocabulary. Will Broly ever find a way to end up becoming like the old one, where he's screaming Kakarot at the top of his lungs, aiming for Goku? Do you guys see this being foreshadowed in the grand rematch of Goku and Broly? Do you guys see this happening? And do you see anything happening to Chile? Do you see this happening soon or further down the line? I think, in my opinion, this has to happen a few arcs down the line, because Right now, Broly is the strongest Saiyan amongst all of them. Broly has beaten Goku, and Goku knows this. Goku resorted to fusion. Both the Prince of all Saiyans and Goku were bested, and it was basically a no contest until they decided to fuse. Broly was that strong. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Broly's newfound weakness, how this can be exploited, and who might do it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Smash that like button, subscribe, as well as turn on notifications. I'll be seeing you guys next time. Take care. Peace.